You need to protect your eyes. Age-related macular degeneration, or AMD, is the biggest cause of blindness in developed countries, and we have human trials showing that certain antioxidants can reduce risk of blindness. Specifically, substances like lutein and zeaxanthin can act like internal sunglasses to keep your eyes protected, which is pretty great because blindness is one of my least favorite things. In this video, we'll discuss why optometrists are BFFs with a substance found in marigolds, what the human trials say, and why supplementation might even be a cognitive enhancer. But first, what causes us to go blind? When you age, your body and brain fall apart. It gets so bad that you cannot even get a job as a Walmart greeter because it's considered elder abuse. And the only job you can apply for is to become the leader of a major nuclear power. Some of this wear and tear comes from solar radiation. You can think of the sun as an unconfined nuclear reactor shooting a bajillion tiny machine gun bullets in the form of photons. This is a real image of a truck driver who had one side of his face exposed to UV radiation for 28 years. Photoaging is the reason one side of his face looks much older than the other. And the same thing can happen to the eye. You can think of the UV part of the spectrum as the most dangerous. It's like if the photon machine gun bullets were a lot more energetic. While the UV part of the spectrum is very dangerous, it's mostly filtered out by the lens. In fact, human beings can't even see this part of the spectrum. But we can see the blue-violet part of the spectrum, and this is still pretty energetic. Except our ancestors didn't always have cool sunglasses to block blue-violet radiation. So how did we see without having sunburns in our eyes? Because plants can't run away from the sun, they use antioxidants as a form of internal sunscreen. In other words, plants invented sunscreen that you can eat. Lutein and zeaxanthin are some of these antioxidants, and they help calm down the photon bullets so they don't do as much damage. Specifically, they filter out the blue-violet part of the spectrum, so it's sort of like using sunglasses for your eyes. In the human body, lutein and zeaxanthin preferentially accumulate in the macula, which is a part of the eye that sees fine details. Not only does lutein and zeaxanthin calm down solar radiation to prevent damage from occurring, but when damage does occur, it helps the repair process. As a powerful antioxidant, it reduces inflammation and helps protect the eye from oxidative stress. And this is probably why the American Academy of Ophthalmology recommended supplementation for people with intermediate or advanced AMD be treated with a high-dose antioxidant supplement that contains lutein and zeaxanthin. So, how much do I need to take? There are a lot of studies on lutein and zeaxanthin. The AREDS-2 study looked at around 4,000 people over 5 years with 10 years of follow-up. It's pretty rare to have this much data because studies like this cost a lot, and the size and length of this trial makes us feel pretty good about safety. The study proved that an antioxidant combination can reduce risk of progression to late AMD by up to 30%, and a lot of stores even sell a supplement called AREDS-2 that is named after this trial. Personally, I just take the equivalent of 10 milligrams of lutein and 2 milligrams of zeaxanthin every day with whatever product is cheap, tested, and has a good manufacturing practices label. While this supplement will achieve steady state in the blood in 8 weeks, vision maxing improvements can continue over a year. You can measure your progress by asking your optometrist to check something called macular pigment optical density, or as the cool kids call it, MPOD. The MPOD is highly correlated with lutein and zeaxanthin consumption, and if this number is low, you should probably consider supplementation. And not only do these supplements help your eyes, they may help with visual processing speed. Several papers have come out showing improvements in visual processing speed in elderly, young adults, and even children, which is fairly shocking because theoretically the youth should already be near the ceiling of their performance. In other words, you should probably be taking this supplement if you want any chance of beating Korean 13-year-olds in Fortnite. We aren't certain why lutein and zeaxanthin might be cognitive enhancers, but unlike many substances, they are able to cross the blood-brain barrier and hang out in the frontal and occipital lobes, and they may be exerting an effect there somehow. Bottom line, lutein plus zeaxanthin is safe, cheap, and proven. And you should ask your optometrist about taking them if you are a professional Twitch streamer or just want to reduce the risk of AMD progression. What do you think? Did I get everything right? Peer review me in the comments. And like and subscribe if your Fortnite clan is undefeated.